Subscribe Quick Views, press the bell icon and never miss an update.
KKR के खिलाफ टॉस हारकर पहले बल्लेबाजी करते हुए मुंबई इंडियंस ने 5 विकेट के नुकसान पर 196 रन का स्कोर खड़ा किया है। मुंबई की ओर से कप्तान रोहित शर्मा ने सबसे अधिक 80 रन बनाए। रोहित ने अपनी पारी के दौरान 50 गेंदों का सामना किया, जिसमें 3 चौके और 6 छक्के जमाए। रोहित शर्मा के अलावा सूर्य कुमार यादव ने 28 गेंदों में 6 चौके और 1 छक्के की मदद से 47 रन बनाए। सौरभ तिवारी ने 1 चौके और 1 छक्के की मदद से 13 गेंदों में 21 रन बनाए। हार्दिक पांड्या ने 13 गेंदों में 2 चौके और छक्के की मदद से 18 रन बनाए। शिवम मावी ने आखिरी ओवर में 13 रन दिए और इसी के साथ मुंबई इंडियंस ने निर्धारित ओवर में 5 विकेट खोकर 196 रन बनाए। कायरन पोलार्ड 13 और कृणाल पांड्या 1 रन पर नाबाद रहे। केकेआर के लिए शिवम मावी ने 2 विकेट, सुनील नरेन और एंड्रे रसल ने 1-1 विकेट लिए। मुंबई इंडियंस के विशाल लक्ष्य 196 रन का पीछा करने उतरी केकेआर की टीम की शुरुआत अच्छी नहीं रही। केकेआर का पहला विकेट जल्द ही गिर गया। केकेआर की मुश्किलें तब बढ़ी जब शुभमान गिल और सुनील नरेन 5 ओवर में ही पवेलियन लौट गए।
I've been for a number of years now. I suppose the friendship started like any friendship does, with finding things that you enjoy in common, and I suppose making memories together through enjoying those things. And certainly there are a number of things, particularly when it comes to sport, that we enjoy. Probably horse racing is the main one, rugby as well, that both of us really enjoy experiencing. We've had some great days out, both together and with our families, and made some good memories. So we're good mates.
Question for Brennan. In the last auction, KKR spent a lump sum amount to rope in Pat Cummins, who would have been ideal bowler on the pacey and bouncy tracks of Eden Gardens. However, under current circumstances on slow low UAE pitches where his extra pace can go against him, how does the team management would like to use the Aussie speedster?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I think the conditions are probably a little similar to Eden Gardens. If we look at the first few games of this tournament, I think because the pitches in the UAE have not been utilised over the last few months, they seem to have quite a fresh tinge to them, and I think we've already seen so far in this tournament that fast bowlers have excelled, particularly ones who operated in and around that test match length. And if we look at the #1 test bowler in the world, it is Pat Cummins. So I think through maybe a little bit of good fortune, we've probably landed in these conditions where his bowling should suit us. But we're delighted to have him on board. Not only is he a wonderful cricketer and he'll do a great job for us on the field, but he's also a strong leader and a wonderful human being who's been a part of the KKR franchise before, which is again another really important cog in the wheel for us as a franchise.
Question for DK. As we could see all the first 3 matches, the captain winning the toss decided to field first. How much of the factor will you be?
I think it's been a little up and down in Abu Dhabi. Certain days there's been dew, and certain days when we went to practice and when we went to field there wasn't too much dew. So it's a call we'll be taking on the day of the game. I think it's a hard one to predict that, so we'll keep that in mind, but I think the decision will be taken on the day of the game.
I think we couldn't hear your question.
This question is for Owen Morgan. Do you see yourself in the role of a finisher for KKR this season?
I think with the squad that we have, it gives us a huge amount of options, particularly, I suppose, batting and bowling. I think Baz just alluded to it a minute ago when he talked about Pat Cummins being so versatile. And I think within the squad we have a number of very versatile cricketers that can, probably if you're talking specifically about the batting department, with guys that once they iron out their roles could actually play quite a significant role. I know Andre Russell has played that role for a number of years now at Kolkata, and he's done it exceptionally well. And I think if I do get a go, hopefully I'll be able to aid that.
Plan to manage the workload of Andre Russell? Will he be bowling in IPL as he didn't bowl much in the CPL?
Is that for me, that question? I didn't quite catch the
I
start.
think the first part of the question we couldn't hear, so just repeat, please.
How do you plan to manage the workload of Andre Russell? Will he be bowling in the IPL as he didn't bowl much in the CPL?
Who's that for?
Brendan McCullum.
The gentleman next to my right will make that decision out in the field, but it's another excellent option for us. We know his batting prowess and what he's been able to do in T20 cricket and in the IPL, and specifically for KKR in the past, is nothing short of sensational. But his ability to also bowl in crunch situations with the ball is something which we've identified as a real opportunity for us. But we have so many opportunities, so many options throughout the squad that the skipper and the vice captain will be able to make those decisions in the heat of the battle.
The next question is for Brendan McCullum again. Would we be seeing Ali Khan in this IPL?
Look, first and foremost, it's great to have Ali Khan in the Kolkata setup and also in the IPL. The first United States player to feature. He's been a real fillip for us at KKR, the extension of this franchise, and we've been very successful there. And he's been a part of that side, and he's won a lot of championships, and he deserves to represent himself on the biggest stage, which is the IPL. I would imagine his opportunities will probably come deeper in the tournament, considering we have some very, very good options that we were able to pick up at the auction first and foremost, and through retention previously. But yeah, it's great to have him here. I know he's very excited to be here. If he does get his opportunity, I'm sure he'll certainly put his best foot forward.
The next question is for DK. How do you like the idea of KKR opening pair of Shubman Gill and Sunil Narayan?
Oh, I think I really like them. I think there's no complicated batting style with Sunil Narayan, so that makes things easy for us. And Shubman is a gun, so he's a quality player, and there's a lot of expectations from him around the world, from him as a batter, and I'm sure he'll exceed all expectations. And we're all confident about him as a player and as a person. He's a gun as well. So it's good to have him, and it's a very unique opening pair, and that's something that we're really proud of.
Again, a question for DK. Against Mumbai Indians, head-to-head record of KKR was very poor. So what's KKR's game plan in the first game to see of the season against the defending champions?
Well, it's good that we're playing them early in the tournament. I think they are a solid side. The records speak for themselves. We're very aware of that. Every year is a fresh year with two good teams, and I'm sure it'll be a great game tomorrow.
Just on Morgan, you have just come back from Manchester. Will it be an issue to adapt on UAE pitches?
Yeah, I hope. I think having watched the game so far, the wickets, I suppose, like the coach alluded to, have a tinge more of green than we probably have thought coming to play in the UAE. So, if anything, so far in the tournament, and I think this will continue to change, they've been more similar to English pitches than any other.
In the last three matches, we have seen spinners bowling faster through the air. Is that a conversation you've had with Kuldeep Yadav specifically, or would you like to?
The question for me?
Yes, DK.
I think definitely we've had those conversations around not only Kuldeep, I think the rest of the bowling unit as well. That's something that we have spoken about, the kind of speeds that you need to bowl. I think it's changed from year on. I think that's one of the things the bowlers are aware of as well. So that is definitely something that we have spoken about, and that will be something you'll be seeing throughout the tournament, not only from us, but I think through all franchises, have been having conversations, the kind of speed spinners need to bowl, the length, etc.
Another question for DK. Do you plan to bat up the order ahead of Nitish Rana this time, since last year the change of position proved successful for the team?
Coach. That's the call coach is going to tell me to do. But you'll see it, I think, tomorrow. I think that's something that's top on our agenda as well. The coach is not letting me go where I want, so we'll see what happens.
I'd like to follow on from that. We've got good left-hand and right-hand options, which we want to pride ourselves on playing intelligent cricket as well, and being able to be able to adapt to situations as they come about. And we've got such world-class players in the likes of Dinesh and also Nitesh that we can mix and match a little bit based on strategy. But that will certainly include at some stage in the season, whether it be tomorrow or in games coming, the skipper batting a little bit up.
What could be a challenging score on such a wicket? Is 160 a challenging score on these wickets?
For me, I think looking at the games that have been played, looks like 160 is a past score on most grounds. The couple of grounds that they've played, 160 seems to be the total that most teams have hit. But there's no reason that a higher total couldn't be achieved or a lower total couldn't be defended. I think that's the beauty of this game. It depends on that day, the wicket that we play on. But the way the tournament has progressed in these first 3 games, all 3 teams have scored in and around 160. So yes, I think 160 is a very interesting number this year.
A question for DK. Plenty of pace bowling options for KKR. Who will be the go-to partner for Pat Cummins or Lockie Ferguson in these conditions? How is Nagar Koti's rhythm ahead of the tournament?
I think it's a brilliant question for a start, because I think one of the strengths of KKR's bowling unit is the variety we have in our fast bowlers. I think all 4 Indian pacers are shaping up really well. So, it's going to be a hard decision to make who's going to start the tournament, but that's one thing that, we're very aware of. In terms of them being where they are as players, I think they are pretty much very confident of their skill set.